Be honest, how many nights have you told yourself just 5 more minutes and suddenly it's way too late? That used to be my routine. I'd get into bed exhausted, open my phone for a quick scroll, and somehow end up stuck there for an hour or more. One video turns into five, five turns into 20. Then suddenly it's 1:30 a.m. and I'm still lying there, telling myself I'll fix it tomorrow. And the worst part isn't even the late night, it's the morning after. I'd wake up feeling drained, foggy, and completely off. Like my brain was still half asleep, even after I technically got out of bed. At first, I ignored it. I thought it was normal. Everyone feels tired, right? But over time, I started noticing it wasn't just normal tiredness. It was affecting everything: my focus, my mood, even small things like how quickly I could think or react during the day. Later, I found out something that completely changed how I look at sleep. Health organizations like the CDC and the American Academy of Sleep Medicine recommend at least 7 hours of proper sleep every night, not as a suggestion, but as a basic requirement for physical and mental health, because when you don't sleep properly, it's not just about feeling tired, it slowly affects your mood stability, memory, focus, immune system, and even long-term health risks like heart disease, obesity, and diabetes. Sleep isn't just rest, it's maintenance for your entire body. That's when I decided to test something simple. I changed just 7 habits in my daily routine, nothing extreme, nothing expensive, nothing complicated, and within a week I started falling asleep in under 10 minutes instead of lying awake for almost an hour. Not because I tried harder, but because I finally stopped working against my body. So in this video, I'm going to share exactly what I was doing wrong and what actually fixed my sleep. And honestly, most of these mistakes are things almost everyone does without even realizing it. Mistake 1, using phone before bed. The first and biggest mistake was my phone. I used to lie in bed and scroll just for a bit, but that bit always turned into much longer than I planned, and it wasn't just the time, it was what it was doing to my brain. The problem is, screens keep your mind in an active state. Social media, videos, messages, they all constantly stimulate your attention. There's no natural slowdown. On top of that, blue light from screens can interfere with melatonin production, the hormone that signals your body it's time to sleep. So even when you feel tired, your brain is still slightly awake. So I made one simple rule: no phone at least 1 hour before bed, no exceptions. Not just one video, not just checking messages. The first couple of nights felt strange, almost too quiet, like something was missing. But after a few days, I noticed something real. My mind wasn't racing anymore when I lay down. I wasn't replaying videos or conversations in my head. Sleep didn't feel forced anymore. It just started coming naturally. Mistake 2, sleeping at random times. My second mistake was my sleep timing. Some nights I'd sleep at 11, other nights 1 or even 2 a.m. Weekends were even worse, complete chaos. But your body actually runs on a fixed internal clock called the circadian rhythm. And when you keep changing sleep times, your brain never fully locks into a pattern. That's why you can sleep enough hours and still wake up tired. So I forced a simple rule: same sleep time and same wake up time every day, even weekends. No sleeping in, no catching up for lost sleep. It wasn't easy at first. The first few mornings felt rough, but something interesting happened after a few days. My body started adjusting on its own. I started feeling sleepy at the same time every night without forcing it. It was like my body finally understood the schedule. Mistake 3, bad sleep environment. I also realized my room wasn't helping at all. It was warm, slightly bright, and full of tiny distractions. LED lights, small noises, random flickers from devices. But sleep is extremely sensitive to environment. Your brain needs signals of safety, darkness, and cool temperature to fully relax. So I made small changes, nothing fancy. I turned off unnecessary lights, blocked outside light, reduced noise where I could, and kept the room cooler. Even small things like dimming LED indicators made a difference. That alone made my sleep deeper. I stopped waking up randomly in the middle of the night, and I stopped tossing and turning as much. It felt like my room finally became a place for rest instead of stimulation. Mistake 4, late caffeine. This one surprised me the most. Even afternoon caffeine can mess with your sleep. Caffeine doesn't just disappear when you stop feeling alert. It stays in your system for hours, sometimes much longer than you expect. So even that 3 to 4 p.m. coffee can still affect your ability to fall asleep at 10 or 11 p.m. I stopped all caffeine after 2 p.m. The first couple of days, I had a mild headache and felt a bit sluggish in the afternoon. But after that adjustment period, my sleep became noticeably deeper and more stable. Falling asleep stopped feeling like a struggle. Mistake 5: heavy, late dinner. Another mistake was eating too late. When you eat a heavy meal right before bed, your body doesn't fully switch into rest mode. Instead, it stays active digesting food. That means your system is still working when it should be slowing down. So I started finishing dinner earlier and keeping it lighter at night. Nothing extreme, just less heavy food late in the evening and giving my body more time before sleep. And honestly, this change made nights feel much more comfortable. No heaviness, no discomfort, just a calmer transition into sleep. Mistake 6: no morning sunlight. One thing I never paid attention to was morning sunlight. But it turns out it's one of the strongest signals for your body clock. When your eyes get natural light in the morning, your brain resets its internal timing system. It basically tells your body, this is daytime, start the cycle. That helps regulate when you feel sleepy later at night. So I started going outside for 10 to 15 minutes every morning. No sunglasses, just natural light. At first it felt like a small thing, but over time my sleep schedule became more stable without me even trying. I started waking up more naturally and feeling sleepy at consistent times in the evening. Mistake 7: no wind down routine. My final mistake was going straight from stress into sleep. Work, phone, thoughts, planning, overthinking, and then suddenly expecting my brain to shut off instantly. It doesn't work like that. Your mind needs a transition period. So I started a simple wind down routine, nothing complicated, just a few minutes of slow breathing, quiet time, and no stimulation, no screens, no stress, no multitasking, just a signal to my brain that the day is ending. And that alone made it much easier to fall asleep peacefully. So these were the 7 changes. No phone before bed, same sleep schedule daily, cool, dark room, no caffeine late in the day, earlier, lighter dinner, morning sunlight, simple, wind down routine. None of these are extreme, none require money, none are complicated, but together they completely changed how my sleep felt. Not overnight, but faster than I expected. Within just a few days, I could already feel the difference. And the biggest realization I had is this: most people don't have one big sleep problem. It's usually a collection of small habits that slowly build up over time. The good news is that also means the solution doesn't have to be extreme. Small changes can create a big shift, and sometimes fixing your sleep isn't about doing more, it's about removing what's silently disrupting it. The CDC and the American Academy of Sleep Medicine both recommend at least 7 hours of sleep for good health. But beyond numbers, what really matters is quality. How deeply you sleep, how easily you fall asleep, and how refreshed you feel when you wake up. Because at the end of the day, sleep isn't just a rest, it's the foundation of everything else. Now I'm curious, what's your biggest sleep problem right now? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.